Hey everyone, welcome again to yet another episode of the Industry Show. I am Nitin Bajaj and we have with us Prateek Bhardwaj of Welding Specialities India with us today. Prateek, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
How do you feel?
Well, feels good, being
Yeah.
interviewed by my school friend.
Yeah.
And we've been together for we know each other since kindergarten, so
Yeah.
it's nice to be here.
34 years, we were trying to figure that out earlier.
Yeah. Meeting up a long time, so that's good.
Great.
Yeah.
And we have the beautiful lake here, we are in Mount Poconos in right by Philadelphia, so which is pretty amazing. It's a bit cold out here, but we're having a great time. So Prateek, tell us a bit about your childhood, where you grew up, your school, parents.
Well, as you know, I grew up in Nasik. Until 10th grade, I was in Nasik, and after that, I moved to Pune. I did my undergrad from Pune, and having done my undergrad, I helped my father in a family business, welding specialties, and then having gained some experience, I then came over to United States, and I did my BA over here, and I worked here for a few years, and then I moved back again to finally join my family business full time. So as a since my childhood, I've been kind of moving around many places, meeting different kinds of people. So it's been interesting, getting to know people, and that makes you aware about what people are, what ideas they have. So that has really helped me in shaping my overall nature, as in being more outgoing, meeting people, getting to know ideas. So that is what my nature has been. So
Great. All right. So, what's your favorite sport or activity?
well, my favorite sport is like every Indian is cricket.
Yeah.
It's like my second religion,
Yeah.
and I do follow Indian cricket and also IPL.
IPL now. Yeah.
When I was in States, I was also a keen follower of the American football. Our Redskins
Yeah.
team, which is a Washington DC
Yeah.
based team. So now that I'm there, I try to keep in touch with football, but not that much due to the time gap. So right now I'm fully into cricket, you can say.
Yeah, we have Anupam with us, who's being the producer for us today. Thanks, Anupam. You're from around DC. Is that the same team you follow?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
go Redskins, right?
Redskins.
All right. Well, I don't know anything about them, so whatever. All right. So, a rapid fire set of questions. What's your favorite city?
My favorite city is Washington DC
Okay.
because it's green, it's cosmopolitan, and it has its own space. Not like New York, fast and furious.
Yeah.
So it's kind of laid back, but at the same time,
But I heard you enjoyed New York yesterday. So.
yeah, it was fun. Once in a while, change is always good.
What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
It was some kind of seafood.
Some kind of seafood.
Yeah, I don't really know what it was because I was still moving where I was eating.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
Where was this
it
at?
tasted good,
This was here in the US?
And I survived. Yeah, it was out here.
One thing that you own that you wish you didn't?
One thing I own which I wish I didn't was definitely be a car, so I can just walk around, a little more. With the car around, I'm just too lazy to, walk.
All right, so in a few seconds, we're going to go live
Okay.
for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
This is the second time we're going to do this. And we'll be going through 10 questions in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Got it.
All right. So, okay, you good? All right, so we're going 10 questions in 10 minutes. Okay. Describe welding specialities in one sentence.
Welding specialties specializes in providing welding solutions to all clients globally, and we strive in giving the best product and satisfying the customers.
So you're just kind of welding something together that people need. Is this like a
Right.
custom built product?
Yeah, like I said, it's a solution. So we understand what the client solutions are, client's requirements are. I'm sorry, and then based on that, we kind of provide a solution.
Are
so it's not
these-
just a product.
Okay, but are these like a certain kind of metal or any combination, different combinations?
Well, it could be welding products in general, like consumables. It is generally used in general fabrication, infrastructure related products in automobile industry.
Okay.
So it depends, in what particular industry the client is from, and based on that, we kind of assess his need, and then we provide a solution.
Who are your typical customers? Are these like automobile industries or just a specific? Are these end products or are these raw materials for some others to
It
create
is a
their own?
consumable, yes. It is a
Okay.
consumable, and a typical end customer would be distributors, dealers catering to the general fabrication industry, construction, infrastructure related, and the automobile industry. So we are based in Nasik, and we cater to Nasik, Pune, Aurangabad. These cities, it's like a triangle, and they're all big companies based out there like Bajaj,
Right.
Mahindra, and Tata, and we cater to all their vendors, most of the vendors out there.
Got it. So this is your family business. Obviously, you've been doing this for more than 20 years. How did this start? How does this company start? Your dad, I know. Did he start this?
Yes, it was started by him. It was interesting, we were living in South America before, and then my dad was working for an engineering company based in United States, and then we were also briefly stationed in Iran. So at the time there was this Iran-Iraq war which broke out, and after that we had to like come back over here. So whatever savings he had, he came back to India, and then he was looking for ideas, and someone suggested, why didn't you get into welding? It's a upcoming industry and a product which you can manufacture. And based on that, he did some research, and we chose Nasik to start with.
Interesting. We're lucky. I mean, we're a bunch of friends out here today, 9 of us. We're lucky you guys chose Nasik. So
Thank you.
Do you know who your first customer was?
The first customer, like I said, my father was, initially when we started, he was going around meeting people. So it was, people with, with very regular backgrounds. Like there was this dealer who's right now doing very good. He had a general provision store, and he ventured into industrial supplies. So we started off with him, and there was this one more client of ours. He used to roam around on a scooter, and then and then we suggested, then why don't you get into supplying industrial products, welding electrodes? That's a good product. And he said, okay, why not? And that's how we started. So initially we started with all these small time dealers, and we stood with them. Even 30 years down the line, we still have very strong contacts and relationships with them. And
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what's the current scope of your operations? Like how many do you guys have? Like is Nasik your one and only operation? Is that your head office?
Yeah, Nasik is a head office. We have a main manufacturing facility based in Nasik, and there are a couple of industrial areas in Nasik, in and around Nasik. So we have one unit based in Nasik, which is Ambad, and then we also have one based in Sinnar, and we cater to clients from both these plants.
Nice. Do you guys have offices around? Like, do you have salespeople that visit other locations?
Yes, Pune has been traditionally a strong base. It's been
especially for auto and other things.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a hub. It's an automobile hub. So we have a lot of salespeople out there, and also a strong dealer network.
Okay. So this is a family business. Have you ever considered venturing out on your own?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I ventured into online training business. It's called easytraining.com, and it specializes in providing online training solutions.
I remember you had said you were kind of starting with Microsoft Excel as your first.
Excel, Word, PowerPoint, because day-to-day business realize that Excel is something which is most widely used, and that is at the same time most under used. And people, 80% of people using Excel probably know 20% of what Excel is. So that is why my main focus was to impart training in Excel, online training in Excel.
Easy training, and is this a subscription-based service?
Yes, we have a membership model. So either you become an annual member or a lifetime member, and you get access to all the short-time videos.
What does it cost to become a lifetime member?
It depends. We have a lot of these deals going on. So depending on the timing of purchase, whatever deal is there in progress, based on that you can make a.
Do you have any deals going on right now?
Yes, we do offer some deals, and we also offer for corporate purchases. We can negotiate accordingly whatever requirement is depending on the number of users.
Okay, so if you guys are looking for any Excel training for your employees, check out Easy Training, easytraining.com.
EZEE.
easytraining.com. All right. Um, what drives you? What motivates you to do what you do? I mean, entrepreneurship is not easy, right? It's not just you've done a job, so you know
Right.
you just go 9 to 5, come back.
Right.
What drives you?
Well, but main driving force has been, my father. The
Mhm.
way he started. He worked in a day-to-day job, and then he ventured into business, and that has been a main guiding force for me, because I also wanted to do something on my
Right.
own based on this. I mean, family business is always there, but then it definitely gives a cushion to try out different
Mhm.
things, and so that has been a main driving force for me.
Yep. The fun, the adventure.
Yes, it is very challenging. It is adventurous for sure.
Yep. Um, what have been the times? What has been the difference between the times you have succeeded and not succeeded?
Well, even in our current business, there are certain clients we always wanted to get to, but we couldn't get through for certain reasons.
Mhm.
It is an ongoing process, and we
Yeah.
keep striving, to ensure that where we don't meet the expectations, we try to meet the expectations.
Mhm.
So and there are some times when we realize that we need to improve. So
Right.
that is how it differentiates ourselves in
Mhm.
being successful and not successful in getting
Right.
business.
Have you used a mentor or a coach?
My biggest mentor has been my experience,
Mhm.
and my not only my job-based experience but also my practical experience. I think that's the biggest mentor and a guide for you,
Yeah.
and also my father's experience. We
Right.
get to know a lot from him, and he's also a big guiding force behind it. So my experience as well as my father.
Right. So yeah, like learning from your own mistakes, I would say
Yes,
that's been your biggest experience.
exactly, exactly.
Okay.
It's a learning is a daily process. It never dies out. Even 10 years down the line,
Yeah.
I'll be learning something new. That's for sure.
So you obviously, I mean, you live in India now, but you've had some exposure to the US. I generally ask people this question: how does their Indian ethnicity impact their business? It's sort of different when you're living in India, but because you've had exposure here, I'm sure you can relate to that. So what do you do differently?
Well, Indian upbringing, gives us these important values in
Mhm.
terms of being more tolerant, being more accommodative, and
Right.
taking care of people around you.
Mhm.
So that really helps in shaping my decisions in
Mhm.
day-to-day life, not only my personal life but also in business. So, like I said, being tolerant, being more accommodative to the customers,
Mhm.
and that really has helped me a lot in the
Right.
Indian upbringing.
Makes sense. Any philosophical or practical advice for other entrepreneurs or people that want to become entrepreneurs?
Well, never give up. I know it's a hard road.
Mhm.
It's a uphill task. The learning curve becomes at times very, very difficult. But what it's really important is just to keep going, and you should definitely follow your passions.
Mhm.
Don't worry about the money; it will follow you if you keep following your passions.
Do it for the right reasons, not just for the money.
Yes,
Okay.
following your passions.
What are you most excited about right now at this point in life?
Well, I'm being interviewed by Nitin Bajaj
Ah,
industry
come
show.
on.
You
No,
know,
for real.
apart from that, right now, I'm also we have decided to diversify, and I have a couple of things lined up,
Mhm.
and we are very excited about that. Once I get back to work,
Mhm.
we are going to venture on that, and so goal is to next 1 year to definitely diversify into another line of business. So we have a family business,
Mhm.
the training business, and there's another business that we have kind of identified. So very excited about it.
Great, congrats.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thanks a
Well,
lot.
on that note, we want to keep this short to 10 minutes. We're going to continue this conversation. You can watch us on facebook.com/the industry show. See ya. All right, so we'll continue this. You were in the US for about 5 years. You studied at the American University, the Kogod School of Business. Any specific things that you learned here that you've taken back and improved on in your business? You took some cultural shifts. Like what's been your experience?
Well, absolutely, it has helped me greatly. I got to when I arrived over here,
Mhm.
all I had was my Indian experience,
Mhm.
and until then, and then I got to meet here and work with people not only from Indian background but also from people from various backgrounds across
Mhm.
the globe. So it gave me an exposure to work with people from globally, and I also picked up a lot of skills, like analytical skills, which I was not being utilized earlier in my business, and that those skills have definitely helped me now in taking our business further.
Yeah, that makes sense. So a lot of the businesses, I know, I worked in India for a bit, and we tend to make decisions from the gut, not
Correct.
as much based on metrics
Right.
and reports and analysis.
Right.
So, and how was it for the company? Was it too much of a was there resistance?
Yes, there's always resistance to
Yeah.
change, because there's always, a certain way of working, and they have their own comfort factor, and they don't want to come out of it.
Right.
But
And it probably didn't help that you were the young kid trying to bring in some change.
yeah, they were like, okay, he's just back
Yeah.
from States and he's trying to be a little smart maybe. But then, over a period of time, you have to be patient, and
Right.
you have to keep training people, keep pushing them, and then ultimately they get a hang of it, and then it definitely helps.
Yeah.
So there was no financial models being used at a company earlier, for example, and now we are using them. I trained my staff to work on them. Forecasting models, and that has really helped. And it also gives them self-confidence.
Right.
and makes them more ambitious, because they learn new things and they're looking forward to learn more.
Right, that makes sense. Have you invested in other entrepreneurs or startups?
No, not yet, because I was currently focusing on our business and in starting on training business. But I'm open to do that, and I'm always looking for opportunities. And whenever I find something, yes, I would definitely do that.
What's the startup scene like in India? Are there, I don't know, like VC firms, groups that get you some exposure on what companies are doing, and are they even bringing up any opportunities? If you were interested, what kind of platform do you have?
Yes, we have a lot of these websites. For example, there's this website called as mergers.com, and that you can kind of pitch yourself what your idea is and what you're doing, and then there are investors out there, and then they can you have a lot of these seminars being organized by the VCs, by the investors, people who have already successfully started startups, and they are also looking forward to invest in an idea which is literally groundbreaking. So that is there. So there are a lot of these for mediums, through platforms through which you can get in touch with the VCs, the investors.
Did you look at raising any funds for easy training, or is it's self-funded?
It is more of a bootstrap right now, because
Right.
I was doing it out of my savings.
Right.
But I'm actively looking for people to tap with, so that we can scale it up further.
Great. Yeah, we'll try and spread the word around on the show and see if
Thank
people
you,
are
I appreciate
interested. Yeah. Your thoughts on philanthropy? I know you're involved with a couple of non-profits.
Correct. My father was actively involved in Rotary, as you must be knowing. He has
Yes.
been a district level governor.
Yep.
So it has been, we have seen, as he's seen him going. I've grown up seeing him doing good for the society, giving back to society. So that is definitely there in our family. But I don't see, in general, I don't see that around in a Indian context.
Not as much. Yeah.
No, not as much. It's more of a family legacy kind of thinking.
Right.
They want to earn and they want to save for the next generation,
right.
future generations, and they don't want to really give back to society. And that is something we should always do, because the society gives you so much, and this is the only way you can get back, because there are a lot of needy people out there
Right.
who need your help.
Yeah, I remember your dad going to him as I think I was 15 or something when I went to him first time. I used to sell these child relief and you cry cards, and then try to get money from him for the Road Track Club, which I was a part of for many years. And he was always so gracious, so helpful, and so welcoming. And he would help us and send us to some other people, and they would say, hey, give these guys, these kids some money. Like, what are you doing? So I remember that and really appreciate him.
Thank you.
So, but yeah, you said, this is what I've seen is, I don't know for a fact, but the question that I usually ask is, do Indians do enough to give back to the society? Not just in terms of money, but there are other things, giving time. We were talking to Noor, and he was also talking about, just spending time with some seniors, some elders, going and helping them with doing basic things like groceries and just sitting with them and talking to them even.
Yeah, I'm a member of this organization called as Roundtable India,
Yeah.
and through that it's an association of young businessmen from business backgrounds, obviously, and our objective is to help the underprivileged children, and we have a lot of these programs, where we build FTEs, one of the
Right.
programs, which is providing education,
Right.
freedom through education. That's
Right.
what it's called. And what we do is we invest in infrastructure, and then we for the existing schools, so we try to help them out with the infrastructure, or let's say providing books, or providing some kind of a education to the students which they are not getting out there,
Right.
and things like wherever we can help the kids. So that is how we we do it. We all contribute it through our own resources.
Right. And you said you also do some fundraising activities, so you kind
Yes.
of put an initial amount and then get the
Exactly.
round table to
Right,
contribute
right,
the rest
yes,
of it.
Yes.
That's a pretty great cause.
Thank you.
All right. So, if you had to start all over again, right? If you had to go back in time, would you do a job and then start your business, or do your business, not do a job, or just venture out on your own?
Well, absolutely, I would do a job, because the kind of experience is unbeatable, because you can never get that kind of experience when you're working in your own
Right.
set of business, and obviously you get to learn out many things, which you cannot really get it when you're doing it, working in your own setup, because you're literally on your own, and you kind of get exposed to a lot of the ideas, a lot of people, how the different work cultures. And yes, to answer your question, yes, I would definitely like to work, gain as much experience as possible, and try to use that experience in own business.
And maybe also in an international setting, like outside of your home country?
Absolutely, definitely helps, because every different country has their own way of working, and my education and my work in United States has definitely shaped my overall professional career.
Great. All right. Well, thanks all for joining us, and
Thank you.
thanks Prateek for being here.
Thanks
This
a
was
lot.
great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Right.